But yeah. Or it's because simply, you know what? I already killed myself these last whatever weeks or months. I need a couple of weekends to myself because I need to re-energize, or I need to spend time with my kids, or just because I need to come up. I need to get my my brain reset. It helps. It definitely helps because there's moments where your brain just goes.
Mark joined us, by the way.
Mark Maxey.
And Ant.
I joined too.
Hey, Mark. So we have a question from Serge Bird. Again, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing. Yeah, Serge. I'm just gonna say Serge.
Serge.
It sounds cooler.
Yeah.
Oh, are we live on YouTube still? Is it audio working now?
Yeah, but I think I'm getting this.
Okay, so we're somewhat live on YouTube as well. If anybody wants to go over to our YouTube channel at Animation Success Stories. Alright,
we can see all three of them.
All three?
Mark says hi.
Shit.
Mark says hi, everybody. Hey, Mark.
Can you hi, Angus?
So Mark is our one of our storyboard artists on our show.
Mark.
He's gonna come onto the show as a guest at some point because I've asked him.
Yes.
All right. So Serge Bird asked, "Was your family ever concerned with your fascination with horror?"
Yes.
In what ways and why?
They were concerned about the drawings that I was doing.
Did they think that you needed therapy or anything?
No, they were just concerned because they were very violent.
Why did they not like the violence?
There was a lot of dismemberment and blood.
They didn't like that? They didn't approve of
No.
it? At what age did you start drawing that?
Early teens.
And they thought that as like a problem?
Well, they're Mexican, so they don't really talk about their emotions.
Oh, I thought that was like, white people.
No.
That's a lot of people.
No.
I think it's everybody.
A lot of Catholics are in denial about a lot of things.
That's the ticket.
Mark says you're looking good.
Thank you, Mark. I love your talent, Mark. He did the goddamn, I love that bit with the cereal.
Oh, Strawberry Snickers.
Strawberry Smiggles.
With Top Hat Jones?
Yeah, Mr. Top Hat.
He designed Top Hat Jones. He designed Baby Legs.
Yeah.
Baby Legs.
All of his
Also,
bits. He designed the characters for that.
Quick Mysteries, and there was another one, Mark.
The one with the. Oh my God.
Baby Legs.
Who's the boss?
Are you getting anything on
Schmangela.
Yes.
Are you getting
Simone and
anything on
Schmangela.
here?
Who's the boss in the?
That got old quick.
Mark Maxey is a very talented motherfucker.
No, the chat.
Yeah, we want him to come on.
Yes, come on, Max.
He'll be on soon.
Damn you.
What?
He'll be on. It's fine.
I said damn you.
I mean, we just talked about him at the end of this episode.
Yes.
When you got to when you joined the crew.
So, anyways, yes, about the heart. Yeah, it's very disturbing. A lot of dismemberment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we move on?
Guys, send in your questions. Mark just said that you look like really good.
Thank you.
Shoot.
Can we go on a date, Mark?
He has a lady,
He's
alright?
busy not sleeping.
That doesn't mean anything.
He's busy not sleeping.
It's
too.
I love
2017
her.
in LA. Hello. Hey.
Shout out to Narn. I love her. He has a wife now.
It's LA. Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But like I have a. So okay, when you're working in live action, it's like you have to turn things around super quick.
Speak louder.
So working in live action, you have to turn things around super quick.
Pretty much, the next day.
In animation,
Wow.
it's like since boards are kind of like the prelim to
Right.
the actual animation, it's more like doing more of the acting and the detail.
Again, because it's a little bit more technical.
Right. So when
Yes.
So when with live action, it's more like just the general gist of it.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's like they may change things after the
Yes.
which probably happens.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Like I remember the first time I went into a scout meeting
I'm not in the picture,
for
motherfucker.
Tremors.
Not yet. There you are.
And I was just there with my little notepad making, little quick thumbnail, whatever, of what the stunt coordinator was saying, or what the gaffer was saying, or what the producer was saying.
What they could do.
love you
It was like, okay, well, then all these little scribbles and chicken scratches and notes and whatever. And then at the end of the meeting, the director comes to me and the first AD and he goes, "So when can you have these done?" This was say a Monday evening.
I hate that question, by the way.
And he goes, when can we have
It
these
is.
done?
Yeah.
When can we have these done? This was on Monday evening. Just for, you know. And then I go, I look at all my scribbles and all the pictures and shit that I took. And I go, maybe Monday. This was Monday. I'd say Wednesday evening.
That's appropriate, yeah.
And the director looks at me and he goes, you can do whatever you want with your time. And he walks away.
Live action's crazy.
I'm like, okay.
It's like, when the fuck am I gonna sleep?
That's what I keep saying, kids. You don't sleep.
It's like I can sleep. Start Tuesday morning.
So
and get it all
right.
Okay, well, can I like come up with like an opposing view of this? Like,
yes.
I honestly don't think that's even the like best advice to give to people is to like make sure you don't sleep.
It's horrible.
No,
advice, but it's his advice.
It's a horrible advice.
I know because he's the one who does it.
I know.
That is the truth.
Sometimes the truth
But
hurts.
I think
That's the edge you have to have against.
I think it's because you set up that expectation with people that you do these things.
That's the edge you have to have against everybody else, because not everybody else is gonna do that.
It's because of his lack of sleep that he made it to director of Rick and Morty season 3. And
It's
because Brian is also a director. He sleeps.
but he has also spent his hours of stress and non-sleep and non-weekends,
But that is not something I would apply to anybody else working for under me. Like, for example, like, Me6 was a fucking headache, but, like, it was only because of that last rewrite when they had us, like, do all, like, the drawing, coordinating, all that shit. But, like, if Dan and Justin come to me and they say, hey, we need you guys to, like, work over the weekend because we have a last-minute idea on something, like, fuck you. Come at us Monday and we'll get it done then.
That's the difference. I would do it.
Yeah. But
because I did it. I worked over the Memorial Day weekend.
But because of that, we're setting up expectations which are not realistic for production. They're not. No. But that's why season 3 got fucked.
See, but that's the
why
thing.
Season 3 got fucked?
Have
season 3 got fucked because they have unrealistic expectations about what's going on.
Yeah.
Have an edge over somebody else.
The edge is fine.
Edge is good.
No one's saying you don't have an edge, but the other thing is like, don't let people exploit you.
Not if you get paid really well.
If you get paid
so
really
all
well,
the sleepless nights, did you get paid overtime?
Yeah.
Time and a half, double time?
Oh, he gets paid.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
he's like, oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Well, it's because.
Well, don't think that he's getting taken advantage of either.
No. Well, see, that's the other thing. You establish a relationship with the people who are asking for this job. You know, like for example, with some of the producers that I know, I have a one-on-one relationship with these people that I talk to.
Yeah.
You know, and through text. So once you have this connection, they appreciate it and they will reward you.
But here's the thing. One thing when we're looking at an individual one-for-one scenario, but then when it becomes studio-wide. For example,
that's a very rare thing.
No, it's not.
I wouldn't do that for Warner Brothers.
It's not. But that's the thing.
No.
Warner Bros. is used to treating people like that.
Yes, that's why.
And guess what they don't do? They don't fucking pay people overtime.
No.
They expect people to work ridiculous hours. They expect the best
Warner
because
Brothers.
it's Warner Brothers. Because they have a lot of very talented people work for them,
Yeah.
specifically on the action side. Many of them are friends of ours, and they've gotten used to that.
Mm-hmm.
But who can tell them no now because the bar is raised? And people have to say, no, fuck you. You have ridiculous expectations about the production. We don't need to work like this. You need to pay and compensate appropriately and have better production schedules.
Ooh, this is a union talk.
You definitely have to choose your battles.
Yeah, you have to choose your battles. Yeah.
Choose those.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is like no one person's an island, and we all have to work together and be on the same page for that.
Ooh, we got a question.
There we go.
We got a question from Serge Bird. Okay, he says, "What is currently inspiring you, and what are you watching or listening to right now?"
Oh, what am I currently listening to right now?
Yeah, lately.
Oh my God.
Serge Bird has some good questions.
As far as music?
As far as
Anything.
animation, film, series, music, maybe podcasts.
Live shows.
Live
Animation
shows.
success stories, that's why.
People.
People? Okay.
Nice, that's a good one.
Well, for the most part, you know, because, you know, BS aside, all this creativity and everything sounds amazing, but at the end of the day, it's a little bit stressful. So I like to actually watch a lot of things that calm me down.
Like what?
Like cooking shows, for example.
Nice, yeah.
But the reason why, one of the reasons why I do that is because it helps me mellow me out, because I already have spent so much time from my childhood putting all this library in my head, you know, and it's just constantly going. It feels a little bit insane sometimes.
Yeah, you want to take a step back and decompress a
little
bit.
But as far as like music, I like I like a lot of rock and roll. I like, for example, Joy Division. I got into this new album recently, actually, that I listen over and over again. Joy Division, Recipe for a New Life, I think it's called. It's a cool song called No Love Lost. Remember I sent you a link?
Yeah.
There's an uncut version of No Love Lost.
Was it Stranger Things? Or wait,
no.
Was it something else?
Stranger Things had Joy Division in one scene. It was called Atmosphere.
Oh, okay. But you were showing me something else.
But it's this song called No Love Lost. It's an unedited B-side version of the song where it has this beautiful instrumental intro. It's like over 4 minutes long, and it starts. But it's usually what I listen to when I need my adrenaline to get a little kickstart.
Oh,
nice.
Okay.
Cool.
While you're working.
Like in the morning.
Yeah.
When you're still in that nebulosa between waking up and then heading into the office. So it's that little in between where you're in a little.
Yeah, you need a little smack in the face.
So usually that does it because it's very upbeat.
Yeah.
It's very punk. It's very, it has a little bit of a goth to it, but it has a lot of energy, which is something that Joy Division is not really known for, because it's usually kind of somber and suicidal.
Nice.
Which he actually did. Ian Curtis, thank you.
What are you watching? Did you say what you were watching?
What I was watching, I watch a lot.
Cooking shows.
Well, cooking show. That's for like to calm down my
Impractical Jokers.
Comedy. Yes, watch a lot of comedy. That will help you keep that child spirit alive.
Impractical Jokers.
Comedy.
Impractical Jokers.
Not just Impractical Jokers, but also just cartoons. Like while I was working in this project that I'm doing right now, which I gotta go back to. I have Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs on a loop.
It's a good movie.
Nice.
Over and over and over, because it just has everything in it. Action, comedy, weirdness, and it's one of those CG movies that still feels like a cartoon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they did that specifically.
Yeah, it feels like a Tex Avery cartoon.
Yeah,
It's non-Pixar.
Squatch and Stretch.
Yeah, just Squatch and Stretch. It's just weird shit.
Like impossible, frames and like takes. And
yes, and just the zaniness of it is something that, for example, I love Pixar movies, but they're their own thing. You know. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, there's still something that represents those old school kind of Tex Avery, Chuck Jones, cartoons.
Yeah. I'm blanking on all like the Termite Terrorists.
Yeah, right.
Cool.
And if you work in animation, it's always good to keep the library going. Like, for example, I used to have actually, I left them in the divorce. A bunch of the Looney Tunes cartoons.
Oh, the DVDs?
The DVDs, collection? The Golden Collection. You have to have that kind of stuff.
For sure.
Old school cartoons. Again, watch a bunch of old school cartoons. Like the Tom and Jerry. Like, find cartoons where they can tell you a story without dialogue. That's very important if you're going to be a visual storyteller, where you can tell a story without having to have somebody tell you what's going on. You can tell the audience what's going on just by visuals.
Well, this is also what is unfortunate. It sucks about a lot of modern movies, not just animation, but also like live actions. That if you put any movie on mute, you should be able to tell exactly what's going on.
Yeah. You could be able to you would be able to ad lib.
Ad lib, but like You
It's the visuals.
You can come back.
Yeah.
You can come back and turn
That
off
was-
news. Like I didn't miss anything.
That was actually an
Okay.
exercise they told us to do in film school. Because I didn't study animation, I studied film. They told us to actually go and like watch movies on mute. And if you know what is happening while that movie is muted, then it's a successful film.
Yeah.
Visual narrative.
it's
That's
visual
very
narrative.
important, and that works with both animation, live action,
Mm-hmm.
just any like even music
Yeah.
videos, even advertising.
Comics.
Comic books.
Comic
That's
has
the
to
main.
read without the text.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. You got to know what's going on.
Comics is how I learned how to do visual storytelling and anatomy, perspective, and composition. So
Comics,
comic books are not really a waste of time. It actually there's a lot of knowledge if you really
for sure.
know what you're looking for.
We have another question. You want to ask this, Sabrina?
Yeah, this is Naren. This is Mark Maxey's lovely wife.
Beyonce,
Oh.
also a brilliant artist in her own right.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Fashion, makeup, and everything. She's beautiful. Okay. Mark asks Juan who his favorite Parasite character is from the Mr. Poopy Butthole episode.
Favorite Parasite character?
Well, Mr. Poopy Butthole is not a parasite.
That's true.
Obvious. Spoilers! If you haven't seen it, that's a spoiler. I'm
Naren
sorry.
says you're a sweetie.
I'm sorry.
Aww. Nice.
Oh my
So,
god,
favorite
from the
Parasite?
Parasite?
Yeah. It's like what was how many characters are?
Oh my god, there's so many, but as
Like
far as
100 or
like the
something?
Let's name a couple. We have.
as far as
Reverse
standing out,
giraffe.
there's like
well, you have the reverse giraffe
Yeah.
with
Ghost in a
David,
Jar.
Sleepy
Keith David.
Keith David, yeah.
Sleepy Gary.
Sleepy Gary,
We have
Frankenstein,
Frankenstein, right? Is
It's
it just
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein?
Pencilvester.
Pencilvester. We have Tinkle the
Mr. Beauregard.
I love
Mr.
Fuck
Beauregard.
Tinkle.
I love the Hammerai. Even
Hammerai.
Isn't there like Cousin Vinny or something? Cousin Nicky.
Cousin Nicky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
cousin Nicky.
I'm walking
What about
here.
Mr. Belvedere and like the
Oh yeah,
refrigerator?
Mr. Beauregard.
Mr. Beauregard.
Beauregard.
Mr.
Yeah.
Beauregard.
But like-
Miss Refrigerator, right?
Yeah, she was like a
Mrs.
Aunt
Refrigerator?
She was like an Aunt Jemima character.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my, well, dude, I don't know. They all had their own little special moment.
Sleepy Gary was good.
Okay, I have a question about that because I recently saw that like one panel you did with like it's kind of the upshot, and
Right.
looking down, Rick's looking towards the camera, it's like, hey, we're all
Yeah,
here.
the Where's Waldo one.
Yeah, the Where's Waldo shot. Okay, so did you and the board artist get to create all those characters, or are they all written down in the script?
Thankfully, there was one of those cases where we had enough design
Mm-hmm.
where I can go forward with the yes.
You have on your Instagram the layout of that one shot, and you
Yeah.
actually have like a bunch of blank like silhouettes, and you put numbers.
Yes.
That's how we track things.
Right.
Yeah.
It was because
what you
there was one of those cases where we had enough designs of characters where I can move forward on the thumbnail boards, and before the storyboard artist got to clean them up, I could go in and lay out where each background character was through numbers and labeling. And I did that throughout the entire board. That way, when the camera cut around, we wouldn't have any repeat characters.
Yeah.
You know, so it was already laid out where everybody should be and is.
Yeah.
So when the camera cuts around and moves around, there's no repeat characters. You know, like if you look at everybody over here, and in the background there's some guy with like a a nose, whatever,
Yeah.
and then you do the reverse, and then in the background he's back there
There
again.
again.
You're like, wait a minute.
You're like,
That requires some intricate tracking.
yeah.
But see, that happens in live action
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
lot, and that's where
Continuity.
yes, you have a script supervisor that's there. It's specifically to spot certain things.
Yeah, for sure.
And a lot of people, a lot of extras that want to be in front of the camera,
Yeah.
like they dress up like in Tremors, for example. There was this one woman, a little large woman, that wore a fuchsia reddish shirt.
Oh.
Okay,
So she stood out.
dude.
Yeah.
When they
Can't
cut the
miss
whole
her.
thing together, and every goddamn fucking shot that they cut, she was a huge red woman, and every fucking shot.
There was I worked with an artist,
Nice.
I think her name's Cynthia. She like has a series called like Red Tango, but she was a board artist. And part of like when she worked in live action, she was just the continuity person.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
one role, continuity,
It's
and
key.
that's all you did.
Continuity
key.
supervisor.
Yeah,
that's,
it's like-
that's a role that actually exists.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me because we don't have that in television. That's kind of like animation. That's what we do as directors. But she had to track like the clock said 7 o'clock, so you have to move it back.
Yeah.
No,
Whenever you do it,
even
shoot.
as something like, for example, that episode that you did, the Rick and Morty Mind Blowers.
Yeah, Morty.
Like in a wide shot, he's holding a vial that is, red, purple, green, and then in the close-up shot of that, it's a different color.
Well, that was specifically tricky because I was going through so many different artists' hands.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
There needs to be, there's always somebody, an extra pair of eyes, even beyond the director, that keeps track of all those little details. Because working on an episode, being a director or whatever, you have to look at so many pieces.
Things will slip through.
Eventually, something's gonna go through, even as something as a red vial cuts to a blue vial.
Yeah.
But in the storyboard, you don't know that because it's in black and white, kids.
Yeah. For sure.
But anyways.
We have someone, on the other hand, saying hi.
Hi, kids.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
His name is Anthony Alfonso.
All right, fine. It was me. I said hi.
That doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
We need some more questions, people. Come on.
Guys, come on, ask some
We
questions.
don't. It's late.
Yeah, it's late. You're right.
I gotta pee.
I mean, on the East, I have to pee too. On the East Coast, it's like 12:30. I don't know how many
Yeah.
people are watching right now.
Nobody sleeps
so
on
has
the East
the Rick
Coast.
and Morty episode aired already?
It has.
I
And
think so.
At 11:30.
at 11:30, yeah, it just finished, yeah.
I haven't watched this one. I know most of it. But
Fruity Land, yeah. Oh, Fruity
I
Land.
know it changed. I know it has
Look at
changed.
it.
Every 11, yeah. Like
The
all
Tommy,
those
the
episodes are
Tommy,
changing.
the Tommy story has changed.
Favorite-
maybe, like,
oh.
cut down.
Dramatically.
She says favorite film. Everyone? Question mark. Oh, that was not written as well. All right.
Alright, starting with Brian.
Oh, me? Okay.
Favorite film.
Anytime, anywhere,
Oh my god, that's so tough.
right?
Yeah, because I'm like, there. I can point out one thing I love for various reasons. So,
Do you like
Just
top?
think of the
Do you like
first
top
one
three? Top three, go.
I easy Lord of the Rings trilogy. I
Okay.
get all three in one and go.
Nice. Okay, good. One, go.
I would say Goodfellas.
That's a good one.
The trilogy?
The Goodfellas trilogy?
Just the first two, I take it.
There's no other 2 or 3 of Goodfellas.
Oh wait, Goodfellas. Sorry, Godfather.
No.
I was thinking Godfather.
I love look, dude. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Goodfellas
say
is
something
good.
controversial. Not everybody likes this.
Yeah.
I love Godfather. Beautiful work of art.
Yeah, it is.
A little boring.
He said it was a little boring.
It
He was doing
drags a little
But it's
bit.
Coppola.
It
It
drags.
drags a little
Yeah,
bit.
but think about what
But then
Coppola
it picks
directed.
up. And then it picks up, and they get,
Yeah,
but
it does. But think about what Coppola directed after that. Like he directed Jack with Rob Williams.
Mm-hmm.
He directed this terrible movie with
Dracula.
Val Kilmer. Like there was this
Oh,
movie
yeah,
he directed like 4
he
years
did
ago
Dracula.
with Val Kilmer. Yeah, he did Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah.
He's
Which I kind of. All
He
right.
did Apocalypse Now too, right?
Yes.
Was that him?
Yes.
So he's done some
That
good
movie is
movies,
amazing.
but like
Yeah.
he
But
his track record
that's his
kind
style.
of
His style is kind of like
Yeah.
very grounded and boring. Like he
Yeah.
lets kind of like the movie wash over you. But
Well, it's
without,
like a play.
doing the thing.
It's
Yeah,
still
it's
shot like a play. It's still shot
That's
like a
true.
play.
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, if you
He grew up
everybody,
with plays,
everybody loves Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's very iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the fucking play for Phantom of the Opera?
Yes, I was
I
there.
never did.
It is boring.
Oh, yeah, it's super long. It's like unnecessary.
Boring. When is the
Yeah.
fucking ghost gonna come out?
Yeah.
Boring.
Yeah, there's like.
But
20
anyway,
minutes of
you know
stuff
what?
That's, not
That's
necessary.
just
Yeah.
how it is.
Do you have a favorite movie, Sabrina?
You didn't go.
Oh, I know. I'm thinking.
See, but it's so
So can I
unfair
like
because
run
there's so
off
many
a quick
levels.
list
There's so
really
many
quick
good movies.
without interruptions? Okay, so I'm just gonna like name a list of like impactful movies.
Okay, go for it.
Final
Okay.
Fantasy.
Okay, that's the first one. Final Fantasy VII, Advent Children, definitely.
Yeah.
Dragonheart was something
that a
from my
movie?
childhood. Dragonheart, Spirited Away.
Mm-hmm.
King Kong, for some reason, the latest one was
Peter
actually
Jackson.
yeah,
Peter Jackson, King Kong.
That's a good one.
District 9 and Chronicle. Those were like
Chronicle, huh?
Chronicle. Those were like impactful movies
I
just
think
recently that I could think
You
of.
have
Like,
Chronicle.
everything you. Well, I said Lord of the Rings, but I just did it to be quick. Everything you listed was within the 2000s.
Yeah.
of
it's true.
course. I mean,
Everything
I was
is-
born in 1992. No one knew.
Yeah. She's a youngin.
I can't think of anything that was Milo and Otis.
Uh,
That was like
good one.
94.
I know. That was the reason why I named my cat Milo. Dragonheart was
Dragonheart was good.
before
You're
the
right. You're
2000s.
right. That was
Yeah.
96, 97.
Is that
with Sean Connery?
97,
Oh
yeah.
my God, the
That's
Dark
a good one.
Crystal.
Dark Crystal's
That was
Um,
that's fucking 86. Yeah.
hell
that's
yeah,
good.
the Dark
That's good
Crystal.
shit.
I can't think of any favorite.
The Return of Oz. Or the
Oh
Return
my
I
of
God.
Oz.
love the Return of Oz.
It's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what
Alright,
we're doing.
That's my favorite movie of all. That's one of my
Really?
favorite movies.
That's a
of
really
all.
good
Okay,
one.
cool,
Gods, yeah.
cool.
That's a good one.
I love that.
Yeah,
one.
that one's cool.
Yeah, that was a crazy one.
See, but the thing is about, like, for example,
Last Unicorn.
what's your favorite movie? That's one of the movies that you can put on and watch at any point.
Yep,
Yeah.
those were all movies
and engage.
Yeah.
Like, for something, I love Return to the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
But I have to be in the right state of mind for
No,
that.
I can watch it at any point.
I can watch that one.
You know what I mean?
Well, like
It's a trippy movie.
for us,
Weird.
like
It's heavy.
Like
Yeah, it's weird.
like you're a little older than me, but like I was like young, and you were probably like 7 or 8 when that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like 4. So for me, it's like a different connotation. It was like that was for me Oz.
Yeah.
I went in that movie.
Yeah, no.
Sure.
Yeah, no, that was
Because
a
I
bit
didn't even
heavy.
recognize it was a movie.
That was a bit heavy. That's a heavy movie. It has a weird energy to it.
Mm-hmm.
Research MK Ultra programming kit.
No, seriously.
Yeah, research MK Ultra, guys. No, it's important.
Stranger Things.
It's important stuff for sure.
Yeah,
That was
that
talked about
movie is
certain things.
loaded
Wait,
with that.
Anthony didn't do this.
Oh, I have a lot of favorite movies. I mean, one of my favorites is the South Park movie. I've watched that so many times, probably
Bigger,
like
longer,
over
uncut.
bigger, longer,
Bigger,
uncut.
longer, uncut.
I've watched it
yeah.
over 100 times. I love The Adventures of Prince Ahmed,
Oh.
which is like the first animated film. I've watched
Wow.
it probably like 20 times. It's just a gorgeous silent film. Directed by Lodi Ring. I forget her last name, like Riginger or something. It's like the first animated feature film. Really beautiful, all done with shadow puppets.
Oh, right.
And then The Searchers by John Ford is really good.
John Ford.
Yeah, it's
Wow,
gorgeous.
you're going in the way back machine here.
John Ford's a good director.
Yeah.
He's wonderful. I also loved Moulin Rouge as a teenager. I watched that probably 30 times or more.
Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, it's a weird film, but like as a teenager, I wanted to be a film editor. So
Or Baz Luhrmann.
yeah, Baz Luhrmann. That was like as far as editing goes, that was like such a good movie.
If we're talking about like classic directors like Sergio Aragonés, it's
Yeah.
like with fucking Once Upon a Time in the West.
Ooh, yeah, for
that's
sure.
very underrated for him because everyone knows big.
Everyone knows
Good
the
Bag
fist-
and the
yeah,
Ugly.
Fistful
And
of Dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you
Saoirse
guys-
Leon.
Have you guys seen The Thief and the Cobbler?
Yes. I was
Yeah.
talking about that last night.
That
Really?
that movie has
I-
some issues, but
yeah.
it's gorgeous.
Which
If
cut
I
do you
had-
like? Which cut of it do you like?
Yeah, the
Okay.
uncut or the main?
Then the uncut. So if I had like fuck all money,
Yeah.
let's just say I had like a fucking $500 million in my pocket right now, I would give it to Richard Williams and say finish the thing.
Okay.
I don't care how long
I've
it
only
takes.
ever
but
seen
Can I
one
say
cut of it.
something?
I didn't know there was more than one
There's
cut.
like multiple.
To be honest, I
Amazing.
really did like that the thief had a monologue because half of the movie, like half of my memories were his monologue
From
sequences.
the theatrical
The
release,
theatrical release. I'm sorry, but like some of them are really funny. Like I actually like just died hard laughing
Yeah.
when I watched those scenes. I was like, oh my god, this is hilarious. Like me and my sister, our biggest memories were of the thief with those
Yes.
lines.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I
it's a
actually
fun
wanted
movie.
to like keep.
Who did the voice of the thief?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know Vincent Price. Didn't Vincent Price do the bad guy in the movie?
Yes, and that was like,
And, like
right
the
before he
Exactly.
died.
cut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was right before he died.
Oh, another of my favorite movies, Home Alone. Home Alone 2.
Oh,
Home Alone
fuck
2.
yeah.
Home Alone 2. I've watched probably the most out of any movie ever made.
Home Alone. I like Home Alone.
Home Alone and Home Alone 2 are
Home
my,
Alone's
one of my
Put them
favorites.
on every Christmas.
Every
My
Christmas,
My mom
even-
loves those.
Even not if it's not Christmas, I can watch them.
Yeah, even during the summer.
Yeah, sorry, it's fucking great.
What about Jingle All the Way? I'm just kidding.
Jingle All the Way?
It's fun.
Jingle all the way.
Jingle all the way.
Jingle all the
I
way.
remember that movie. It was like the
Remember
first
that from
movie I've ever
Conan?
seen that like actually showed Sonic the Hedgehog
Yeah.
in the background, and I was like, look at Sonic!
Oh my god.
Who said you could touch my wife's cookies?
I think that was the last movie Sinbad was on.
Yeah.
Sinbad!
The first kid. There was one where he was like a bodyguard.
Oh
for
yeah,
the
that
first
that was
kid.
a
Yeah.
straight to television movie on the
Oh.
ABC. First Kid.
I
Yeah,
didn't know
so
that.
it wasn't
Yeah.
like an official
Harryhausen
movie.
films were fucking amazing, by the way.
Harry-
Like
Which one?
Harryhausen.
Harryhausen.
Like
Harryhausen?
No,
like,
my,
you
my
mean
two favorites were.
Did you just do a Sinbad to Sinbad link? Like
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, wait. Okay, I want to say like the two.
Amazing.
Okay, I like the one with
like
the
that.
Iron
Yeah.
Giant.
But that's not
It's not
Harryhausen.
Harryhausen.
No, it was the one literally like a
No,
guy
no, I
like
know what you're
this.
talking
You
about.
know what I'm talking about? It was like an Odyssey story.
Yeah. I don't think it was Jason the Argonauts. Unless you're thinking of the Kraken at the end.
Do you remember where like they go through like a yard of like literally huge iron
Which
giants
one
on
is that?
like their statuettes?
Yeah, I know.
And then the one comes alive, and then they like it comes and chases them back onto their boat. I think it's a story of the Odyssey.
It might be the Odyssey.
Maybe, yeah, maybe Jason.
And then the
yeah,
other one
or
was the
something.
No, it's not
Cyclops,
Jason
the
Arnold.
Cyclops one.
That was Jason
both-
and the Argonauts.
Yeah, that's
Jason and the Argonauts?
Yeah.
Okay. I actually went to the exhibit where they had the Harryhausen exhibit
remember
where they
those,
actually
too.
had those figurines on
Yeah,
display.
they're
It
like
was at the Chuck Jones
big.
Gallery or whatever in LA. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yo, Ray Harryhausen's like one of the most like underrated, but also appropriately rated like visual effects cinematographers. Before then, what was visual effects?
Yeah, Harry
Yeah.
has
Yeah, it's stop motion or stop action or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Animation, which was the predecessor to what we have now as CG animation.
Digital.
See, before you have like an actual physical puppet that you have to physically move frame by frame. Now you do that, but in a
In the
computer.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever seen a skeleton for one of those things?
Amazing.
It's exactly the same thing. You just have
it's
to
an armature.
I
you have to
know.
move the armature.
There was
It's
a
a
whole,
pain in the
I know
ass. It's a
rigging.
pain in the ass, kids.
Yeah.
I know how
Learn
to rig.
Maya.
I know how to rig in Maya.
Yeah,
it's a pain
it's
in the
you
ass.
have to be good at math.
Oh my god,
Holy
yes, you don't
shit.
even know.
I remember there was a whole like little Gravity Falls segment that played tribute to Harryhausen.
Really?
Where they
Which
had
one?
an actual they had an actual live action stop motion puppet.
They got someone for that. I think it was him. Or
No,
or,
he's
or,
dead
or,
now,
or
isn't
they
he?
had
Assuming
someone
he's dead.
actually worked on that as like a tribute for that.
Well,
Yeah.
actually,
I have to
when they
pee.
first started to develop the technology for Jurassic Park, Phil Tippett, who was
Protege.
yeah, he was a
Sorry.
protege of Harryhausen. He was a stop motion artist, and they hired him, Phil Tippett, and his company to do all the motion graphics and all the action sequences for the dinosaurs on Jurassic Park. And he did like this whole pass on stop motion for Jurassic Park, but this was 1992, 93, I think, 92.
I was born in 92.
Before, so the whole CG movement was started to develop. So they presented this raw footage of CG dinosaurs to Spielberg, and he goes, wow, well that looks really photorealistic. So they went with CG instead of Phil Tippett's stop motion characters.
That's sad.
Yeah, Ray Harryhausen.
But-
oh, sorry.
They did construct mechanical puppets where the whole structure was rigged and fed into the computer.
I remember this. Yeah.
So the stop motion animators could still move this high tech structure, and the computer would read the movements and it would translate them into full animation. So it's still a marriage of those two understandings of visual effects that went from puppets to CG that we have now. And now, unfortunately, there's a lot of old school makeup artists like Rick Baker and people like that who have quit because of CG, because
no one's doing anything practical.
nobody's doing practical anymore. What you could do with a huge mechanical puppet, that would take weeks or months to fabricate, you don't have to do that anymore.
Part of the kind of like the necessary kind of evolution of filmmaking.
Right.
But it's both costs and producers and the artists.
Right.
Because ideally the Black Crystal's coming back. Sorry, Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal, yeah.
Dark Crystal's
Black
coming
Crystal.
The
back.
Black
Sorry.
Crystal.
I was thinking Black Cauldron.
Urban remake.
Black Cauldron and Dark Crystal, both 80s movies. One's good, one's not. But I enjoy Black
Black
Cauldron.
Tourmaline, everybody.
But,
It's a Black
yeah.
Crystal.
Dark Crystal's coming back, so
Yeah.
now we're getting back into the Jim Henson, people doing model work. I used to watch Face Off, which was on
I
Sunday.
still
He
do.
still watches.
Yeah.
I watched
I've-
every
I've-
episode of that
I
show.
love that
I've
show.
never missed an episode.
Yeah.
I'm behind 6 seasons, but what I love about that show is that people doing practical stuff.
Right.
Like
You
these
wanna hear
people
something
need work because
hilarious?
they're all
Beautiful,
brilliant.
beautiful.
Yeah.
You know the PA that we had this season?
Jules.
No, it wasn't Jules.
No, it wasn't
On
Jules.
season-
It was
on Rick and Morty?
Rick and Morty. Was it?
Rick and Morty.
It started.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah, what was? He was the guy at the front desk.
PA for the
After Fallon.
for the casters.
David? Not David.
PA at Rick and Morty?
One of the
Oh my God,
the production
Rick is so
assistants for the
bad.
casting department.
Oh,
Yeah,
the dude,
him.
the guy that was on Facebook. Will.
Will?
I think his name was Will.
Will.
I don't think I talked to him.
Yeah,
I know
Okay,
you're
he
talking
was-
about
He
him.
was
was
the
a
model
model.
on Face Off.
He was a model on Face Off. I saw him last season. Yeah.
Now?
Like one of the
couple seasons ago.
the latest seasons. I
Season
think.
9 or 10. I think.
Yeah.
There, he actually was. Do you remember that one season?
Yeah.
I forgot which season it was, but the
behind,
finale
so I
was they
don't
had
see
to
it.
actually shoot like a horror film
Yeah,
in like
they
a barn.
shot a horror.
Do you remember
short.
that?
was like
Or
I
no?
I didn't see that season.
I
Yeah.
think it's
Oh,
either
okay.
9
Well,
or
he's
10.
he's actually one of the models slash actors in that that I guess
That's
show,
awesome.
TV show.
Yeah, because they have
that competition.
Like, for people who don't know, it's like they have to dress up certain models and the characters of the people who are doing
Yeah.
the makeup
Yeah.
effects.
Yeah, so they
amazing.
were like getting ready to actually do like filming and
Yeah.
like film a whole horror scene.
I
And
think
he was
that- yeah.
actually an actor slash model.
I definitely saw him in the last season because I remember like working with him, and then I think it was Emma who told me he worked on the show.
Yeah,
I
and then
was
he.
like, oh, I gotta keep an eye out for him. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
never-
He
because I know
told
they
me
film that out
himself.
here.
yeah,
Yeah.
they film it right. They always have.
Yeah,
a
they shoot it here in
establishing
LA.
shot
Mm-hmm.
of
It's very much
observatory.
LA. I'm like,
Oh,
It's like our
100%.
Christmas
Like,
party. I
I know
asked
these.
him more
Yeah,
about
all
it.
the iconic landscapes.
So we have 7 viewers, but I don't think anyone's gonna ask.
I think
any
we just stopped.
Oh no! It says live video has been paused.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sabrina,
so
your
that
phone's
was an
dead.
hour
Can I
already?
go
No,
pee?
your phone died.
Oh shit.
is it charged?
Can I pee?
Yeah.
Hey,
Right
yeah.
here?
I can pee!
Yeah, go
We
pee.
haven't been getting any
You're
questions,
released.
have we?
Where can
No,
I
we
pee?
had a few questions after,
okay,
but it was
so-
like,
Let me go pee
Well,
then.
where are the
Yeah.
questions?
They didn't show you that.
Oh, so, okay.
Oh, so we did have questions?
it was just some small stuff.
Like what?
oh,
Can you
Go
remember?
straight.
Pull
Go
up.
straight.
You see what that
I didn't
Wait,
see
are
any-
you,
I didn't
wait,
see
are
any
you on?
questions.
Are you on?
Yeah,
our
it was
Instagram?
above
No.
Tish's stuff.
Like what?
Tish came into the chat and started talking again.
Oh,
Tish, who's that?
Trisha.
Trisha.
Just go to our Instagram. Go live again.
That's why I plugged in your phone, is because we were down to 10%,
Oh, you did.
and I'm almost glad that the phone died because my arm is tired.
Oh, yeah, you have the held camera.
Ah,
It's
fuck.
just getting a little
Boomerang.
healthy for you, so you
Okay,
can, like,
exit.
just hold it up or put it on a stand.
We do it so it's facing
museum.
Oh. Well, my favorite movie is The Page Master.
Yeah, we
The Page Master.
with
with
Macaulay
Macaulay
Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin is awesome.
Sorry guys, my phone died. That was my fault. So
Oh,
we're switching
Sabrina's
the
fault.
aunt's
No,
phone.
I
Whoa,
think-
I'm so close.
I think we're.
Ah!
We
We're
were
probably gonna wrap up soon.
Well, Nick wanted to say that his favorite movie was
The Page Master.
The Page Master, starring Macaulay Culkin. I believe Whoopi Goldberg voiced one of the books out of Christopher Lloyd, maybe. Maybe Christopher Lloyd. Christopher Lloyd might have been like the bad guy in that
Wasn't
movie.
there-
and then my other favorite movie was Rock-a-Doodle-Doo.
Rock-a-doodle-doo, nice.
Oh, that
Weird.
was great.
Weird choices.
You
Very
mean
nice.
Sing Part 1?
Sing Part 1.
No, that's Cats Don't Dance.
Cats Don't Dance.
Cats Don't Dance is a great movie.
It is a good
It holds
I love
up.
Cats
Yeah.
Don't Dance.
Cats Don't
That
Dance
was
is good.
like a well, stop doing that. That was like a Disney movie that a lot of people.
It's a Warner
like, kinda-
Brothers.
It's great. There's
Was it Warner
a
Brothers?
Warner
But
Brothers.
it was aired on Disney a lot.
Probably,
Was
but it was
it
a Warner
Disney?
Bros. movie.
I know, like Disney blasted that
He-
shit.
he
Nostalgia
could've
Critic
been,
had
yeah.
a great breakdown of Cats Don't Dance and why it still holds up.
was
It's
it?
really the
I
visual
don't
storytelling
know.
in that movie is
So
really
what
good.
I imagine. It was
Okay.
like right before Iron
Okay,
Giant.
question is, how do you juggle working so many different studios?
Oh,
and
we
how
already
often
had
do you
that
have-
before.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
then,
we
yeah, I
did
think we got it.
What's it like to wait? No, that was a new question. What's it like to work on shows like Tmnt that have so much history and such a diverse fan base?
Oh.
All right, we are gonna ask him
So
that
as soon as
he gets
as soon
back
as
from,
Juan gets back, we're gonna ask him.
from the
For
bathroom.
now, we're gonna look at Sabrina.
Hey Sabrina,
Hi.
Sabrina.
how you doing, Sabrina?
I'm
Yeah,
good.
we should probably head out soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost 10.
He'll answer this question. What was the question that Patricia asked?
I don't have.
No, she wasn't asking questions. She was just like saying hi.
Oh, was she like giving heart?
She said hi, Brian.
Check
With
out
the
all this
heart.
cool stuff, guys. Check out all this awesome stuff.
There you go.
Dude,
Some awesome
Who's
Magic
heading back to
Mario
Burbank?
stuff. We got some awesome
Uh,
Pokemon
not
stuff.
me.
nobody's
some
heading back to
Simpsons.
Burbank.
No, I think we're all here literally.
I'll catch an Uber.
There's some
Oh,
Pee Wee Herman
you had to go back to.
there.
Wait, did
My
you
car,
not drive here?
No,
Got
because
some
my car's
gorillas.
been broken for like a month.
We got
Oh.
this
Your car broke.
guy.
I actually drove
Battery.
Juan
Batman,
here.
Sonic.
Yeah, because one doesn't live too far.
He
Ghost
lives
Rider.
literally like 2 minutes away from
Other
here.
stuff.
And so does he, and so does he.
Yeah, I'm like 5 minutes around the corner.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll catch an Uber.
I think Aunt will take you back.
No, I'll catch an Uber.
Where do you?
But I'm close to like the studio.
The studio?
Yeah.
Oh, Juan, we have a question for you.
Oh,
Oh, Simpy. Juan's back. Look at him. He's walking in.
I'm sorry. Hey, man. How are you? I just burped.
We have one question for you.
Yes.
One Piece stuff.
Can you ask
Okay,
the question?
yeah, sure. The
Yeah.
question was, Well, there's two questions now. First one is, what is it like to work on shows like TMNT that have so much history and such a diverse fan base built in?
That's my bank.
Well, I grew up watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 80s cartoon when I grew up, and also the comic book. So there's a lot of, I don't know, I mean, if you're a fan of it, there's definitely something a little extra that you're going to add to it. Because if you're a fan of it, you're going to want to put your own little something to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Did you work on all the seasons?
Only the first one.
Okay.
Only the first season. But like, yeah, like if you grew up watching, you know, Batman or Spider-Man or something, and then you get to work on that specific whatever title that you grew up watching, then yeah, you're definitely gonna add a little something to it because you have, I don't know, some sort of connection to it. Mm-hmm. You want to inspire the next generation of fans the same way that you got inspired by it originally. So, you know, and it also takes a good team behind you that also understands and also has the same interest on the show as you, because they'll just push your ideas and add their own stuff to it, because again, they're fans of the show as well. So yeah, it does help if you already have I don't know, I guess like a personal attachment to it because you grew up with it.
A certain catharsis with it, like
yeah.
A certain
so you don't want to
connection.
Not only do you not want to let down the fans of the show,
yeah,
but also you don't want to let down the characters.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Makes
you know what I mean?
A lot of sense, yeah. You want to keep the characters true to who they really
are.
are.
Like I love Donnie, I love Mikey, I love Raph. Those are my favorite ones. Donnie and Raph, those are my favorite ones. So I try to, you know, if you understand the characters, then you can tell a better story because you understand their motivations.
Yeah.
You identify with the characters that have a little something that you can identify with. You know, if you're a goofball, if you're a little bit brawny, if you're a little bit brainy. You know, the Ninja Turtles has a little bit of those in each one of the characters, you know?
Makes sense.
So, you know, if you identify with them, then you want to do something that makes, makes justice to what the character is. Yeah, you want to do them right.
Nice. We have another question here from Mysterious Dio.
I love Dio.
Doug.
Is that
Doug? I love Dio.
Olsen?
Is that Doug Olsen?
Yeah.
Oh. All he says is, when is season 4 production start?
Of course Doug would ask that.
Sometime in 2018. I don't know. 2018 somewhere.
Tell him to keep reading One Piece.
Yeah, right?
Doug, you're a storyboard artist.
Yeah, keep reading One Piece. There's plenty of stuff
you should ask Mike directly that question.
And then after that,
get away from that.
He needs to do One Piece, then Berserk, and then Hajime no Ippo. And that should keep him for like a year.
Oh my god,
For those of you who don't know, Doug is actually a storyboard artist.
He was one of the board artists on season 3 of Rick and Morty. He helped out in a bunch of the episodes. Whenever we got extensive rewrites, there were moments where we needed all hands on deck.
Well, he was on Ant's team, right? Anthony Chun's?
Yes, he was on Anthony John's team.
Sorry, I said
Which
Ant.
was Pickle Rick.
Yeah. Pickle Rick. And also Rick and Relaxation.
Yeah, Toxic Rick.
And the closer, episode 10.
Yeah, 10, which is next week.
Next week, yeah. So get ready, kids.
What is it? The Rick Cherry.
Something about the
Morty date
versus the
Oh,
president.
that's what they call that episode?
It's like the Manchurian Candidate, except it's like the Mort Cherry and Rick the date or something.
Jesus Christ.
The Rick Cherry and Morty.
Wait, so this is episode 9 tonight?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 9 is tonight, and then next week is the finale.
Yeah.
Season finale.
And that's it, kids. That's it. Season 3 is done.
That's all.
Hope you enjoy it.
They will.
You spoiled fucking brats.
We don't have any more questions coming in, so you want to wrap it? You want to
thank you guys for coming on, joining us live. If any of you guys have any questions still that you want to ask Juan, send them in. Maybe we'll do something like record something later for you guys and ask him these questions, because I'm sorry the announcement was a bit late. But thank you for joining us tonight. This episode will be out in like either a week or 2.
Cool.
Sponsored by
Juan's making
Buzzballs.
a mess over here.
Mm-hmm.
We can edit this on post.
No, this is live.
This is live.
It's one and done.
All right, guys.
Got it.
So we'll see you all later.
And
Thanks,
Right?
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't be an